Hello, everybody. It's HCC788 and MsFeralcat again.
Hello.
We are continuing our series on the Minecraft Bedrock Anarchy server 2B2E, and we are traveling the x equals 0 position in the z positive direction.
So now we're just exploring along
continuing
the road.
Along the highway.
Yes, so somebody apparently died here.
Rest in pieces.
Yeah. Which, yeah, rest in pieces. As we've said before, the creepers in the server are deadly. One-shot kills.
For some reason they're like overpowered on this server. And I should add, we have died lots of times in this game.
Yes.
It can be a challenge, and yeah, it's dying is it's a nuisance, it's an inconvenience, but you know it's also a game, so you know we kind of take that in stride. It's just part of the challenge. So we try to have respawn points, you know,
yes,
in certain places. We try to have supplies in certain places, so that we're not, you know, totally naked for too long.
Right, and we also don't carry a lot of things on us that aren't replaceable.
Right.
Like, whenever I go into my inventory, you can see I only have one ender chest. Like, why carry? I actually have a lot of ender. I think I have almost a full stack of ender chests now. But why carry a stack of ender chests? You only need one. So, and I have a silk touch pickaxe, so there's no reason for me to carry all of my ender chests because I risk losing all of those if I die.
We're also sporting some stylish iron armor.
Because it's cheap.
Yeah, because it's cheap, and we're not going to cry if we lose it.
Yeah, yeah.
We do have diamond swords, though. The weapons are used quite a bit.
Yes.
We are traveling this highway, which it doesn't seem like much of a highway right now, but it is a highway, and it's dangerous, and we've had to defend ourselves many times. So I think the typical stance is with the sword at the ready.
Yes.
Now we found,
it looked like I saw a gamer tag. Remember?
Right.
We were playing and I thought I saw a gamer tag. Let me tell you, a snowy biome is the best place to build a base, an underground base, because the snowflakes look like gamer tags sometimes, and gamer tags sometimes look like snowflakes.
Yeah, it's a way to camouflage your gamer tag if you're wandering around downstairs.
Yes.
And worried about somebody upstairs seeing you. It does kind of camouflage your tag a bit and makes it maybe a margin safer. Plus, everybody kind of hates the snow biomes, so nobody wants to hang around there very long. So that might be a place to build a secret base. We have not done that, at least not yet. Mm-hmm. But if you're thinking of building a secret base, you may consider doing an underground base in a snowy biome.
Yep. There's been a couple times I thought I saw a gamer tag and they were in a snowy biome. So I think, okay, well, if it had been in any other biome, I would have known without a doubt it was definitely a gamer tag. But in the snowy biome, you don't know. Was it a gamer tag? Was it a snowflake? Was it a glitch? I don't know.
So yes, and if we think we see a gamer tag, we're gonna go check it out. We're gonna see if we can find you. So that's kind of what we're doing now. And here we're getting some
resources.
Yep, coal and iron. You know, those are always handy. This is an exploration of one of the highways in 2B2E. We have traveled some of the other highways, yes, both in the overworld and the nether.
Yes.
So this isn't our first highway exploration, but this is when we started recording.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We have explored the negative Z, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So we explored the negative Z to 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
So we left signs and all the markers there, and we also explored the diagonal in the, or was it the, and anyway, we've explored diagonal,
Yeah,
clear out over 100,000.
and we were leaving signs, but we weren't, keeping super close track of it because we weren't making videos about it. So these are things that we might do again in the future. Just, well, first of all, to revisit some of the places that we've seen before,
Yeah.
Because it's fun to see what's changed and what hasn't changed, and also to document those things when we didn't before. So this is our first recorded overworld highway exploration.
Yes. So far, it's been a lot of fun, and people in the chat have mentioned our signs.
We try to leave signs. We try to leave markers as often as we can. That's that's a, sort of a way to leave a piece of history behind, and to connect with other players even when nobody else is around.
Yeah.
So yeah, we leave signs behind. So I mentioned before, if you see our signs anywhere, send us a picture or put it in your own video. We'd love to see you coming across our signs and leaving your own signs as well. So yeah, we can have a little bit of a community cross communication that way. We're 31,000 blocks out from spawn, which is not really that far. So at this point, we are still seeing a lot of player activity.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of destruction.
Because there's so much player activity, we are investigating anything that looks interesting, looks like it might be something hidden, looks like maybe there's a stash or some loot somewhere.
Yeah. So it does take a little bit longer to explore. As you can see, this was a fresh creeper hole.
Yeah. That it's easy to tell what that was. Creeper blew up there. We used to go through a lot of these nether portals to see what was on the other side, but there's usually not much to see, so we don't really check those out anymore unless there's a specific reason to.
Yeah.
Which most of the time there isn't.
And a lot of them are traps anyway, so you run the risk of getting trapped in lava or dying in a wall, which has happened to Brian. He died in a wall.
Yeah.
And I've died in lava, and we've actually set up a trap of our own. So.
Oh yeah. Someday we'll show that to everybody.
We got to go back to our first base
right.
at some point,
yeah,
because our first base also, there's a village nearby that's no longer a village. Someone spawned a wither there, and it's complete destruction. We mentioned it in a previous video.
Yep.
It's completely destroyed.
It's a crater.
Yeah.
Very impressive destruction. Love to see it.
Yes.
But yeah, here we are checking out another little stair step down, and most likely there's nothing here, but you never know till you check. So this is part of what we're doing is we're checking.
I have to say, like, us exploring has yielded some amazing things. Like, one of our very first ever big finds was we were running along the diagonal, and I believe it was at the 50,000, and we came across 2 shulker boxes.
That's right. Yeah, 2.
They were a gift. Somebody had a sign there and said a gift for you with 2 shulker boxes. I think one of them was empty, but the other one was full of diamonds.
Yeah, that was nice. That actually helped us out quite a bit. We when we can, we try to leave some resources here and there. And as we go on, we will leave more. But so far, we're just kind of looking to see, see what's there. For the most part, not finding much. But this is this is our mission, is to explore this.
Occasionally we do find some good things. And actually it was 3 shulker boxes.
That's right.
Because you found one in a... where did you find one in the water?
It was a construction that was being done in a swamp.
Yes.
And someone had tried to hide a shulker with some building supplies in the swamp water. But I found it, and it's mine now.
Yeah, so we each have 2.
Yeah. I did want to mention, we used a water bucket to get down to safety, and we've mentioned elytra before, and I will mention it again. We're not using elytra. We do have some, but that is one of those resources that it would be annoying to lose. We don't have a lot of them.
Yeah.
So we don't have them on, and we're not risking losing them when we die.
Right, and there's also no phantoms.
That's right.
So, and phantom membrane is how you repair elytra. So there's no way to repair it.
Right.
I believe we have 3 of them, I think, and 2 of them have mending on them, but like Brian said, they are something that we don't really want to lose, and so we don't use them. They're more of a novelty.
Right. It's a nice trophy.
Yeah.
But not very useful to us right now. So, if for anybody curious, there was a creeper there.
Yes, there was.
Right, yeah. For anybody curious why we are walking rather than flying, we're walking because it's more fun to explore that way.
Right, yeah.
But we also just don't want to use up the elytra. It isn't worth it to us right now.
Yeah. If we can find more, maybe we can mend it, repair it, but, or when we build another base and we start mining again, we can wear it and get XP to repair it. But
we would probably still walk along the ground to explore the highway and the rest of the world, because you see more that way.
Yes.
But we would probably, I guess, use it in situations where we needed to glide down from a high place rather than use a water bucket or jump.
Right. Also, we play with the controllers, and in order to use elytra, it's challenging with a controller because the key is the you basically have to use the one side of the controller with 2 hands.
It's a little complicated. I've never really liked playing with the keyboard. It's just a personal preference of mine. I used to do it a lot, but I've been playing with a controller for a while, and now that just feels very natural.
Yes.
But the thing about elytra is it would be helpful in a pinch. But for our purposes, we are trying to explore and document this world, and that's harder to do when you're flying above it at Mach 3.
Right. Yeah. In a later video, I record from my phone, and I'm playing from my phone, which I really don't. That's not my. I don't like that method. If I have to choose between playing on my phone or playing on the computer with a controller, I prefer with a controller. But we go out of town,
Right.
and we wanted to play and record, and so I did it from my phone.
Yeah, and it did work.
Hard, yeah.
It's challenging, but it did work.
It's hard to play that way.
We see videos posted by people who are playing either on a phone or a tablet, and I good for them for being able to play and maneuver that way, but the controls on phone and tablet to me are just really difficult, challenging, cumbersome.
Yes. And then it's difficult to type. Anyway, it's going to be an interesting video when we get it up.
And we will be getting it up. Because we'll be getting it up, trust me. We're getting it up right now. We talked about creating a monument when we hit 100 subscribers. Well, since then we have hit 100 subscribers. It's after this video was recorded, but we did create that 100 subscriber milestone, and we want to show that as soon as possible. But to get there, we chronologically need to get these videos edited and posted first.
Yeah.
I don't know that we have decided exactly how far we're going to go on this highway. I mean, I can spoil future videos by telling you what's going to happen, but
Well, it is spoiler alert.
yeah, it is. So spoiler alert, we do travel to the end of the paved part of this highway.
Yes.
But how much farther? We haven't really discussed that. We have a general plan about what we want to do in the not too distant future. But we need to work that out a little bit. We have some specific videos that we want to make that we've talked about before we haven't quite got around to yet, like the spawn tutorial video, help you escape spawn. So these things we still want to do, but of course we only have so many hours in the day, and we also have regular lives. So
yes,
we use the time that we have, and we will get to it, but we gotta work with the time that's available.
I don't remember this yielding a lot except for just exploration.
Does anyone want to team? I got loads of demons.
Stop it. Hey, now listen, okay? When I have to play on my phone and I record, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Because typing on that and trying to play is challenging. So,
Do you have loads of demons?
Loads of something.
Yeah. I got a load. Ooh, some dude was just shot by a wither.
Yeah.
There are random withers just around different places. For the most part, you don't want to engage. Just keep running.
Yeah, it's easy. We were traveling along the diagonal, and it was about, I think it was at 60,000, and there was a wither. We were in a boat, and that we were trying to get past them, and it was shooting its skulls at us. Remember, we kept seeing them go to the sides. That was fine. We got the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, that's the best strategy. I think I did shoot at one of them a couple of times, and the health bar did not move. So I don't know how you're expected to take those guys out, but they're really powerful. So we've hit another marker, another milestone marker, which is 33333. Yes. It is exactly what it says on the tin.
Yeah. And it is on the mark.
Yes.
A lot of the milestones are not actually on the mark.
Yeah, I don't know, like that. Maybe that's a bit of an ADHD thing in me that, like, they put these milestone markers and they're not in the right place. So sometimes we have to fix them, which, I don't know, I guess, you know what? That's more generous than blowing them up, which is what a lot of people probably would have done.
Yeah. Yeah.
So by having your 33333 marker in this video, hey, it's preserved. It's preserved for future generations. Because, again, this is an Anarchy server. Eventually, everything will be found. Eventually, everything will be griefed.
Yes.
It is the nature of the beast. So I'm leaving a sign because I figured, why not? And it's taking a while because I'm probably misspelling things and doing lots of typos.
Yeah. And you can't edit signs. If you mess up, you have to break it and start over. So.
Yeah, and me no speak English good. So, hey, there we go.
There it is.
Little self-advertisement there. Villages, for the most part, are not worth checking out.
No, especially this close to spawn. As you get farther out, they're more likely to have loot, but they don't have beds.
They don't have beds.
No.
The villagers are basically useless. And really, in villages this close to spawn, for the most part, the villagers are gone. So, villages are not usually worth stopping for. Even the crops have been taken, so there's not even any food there.
Mm-hmm. You're just an eyesore now.
Yeah, eyesore. They're not even, like, attractive. What was our goal here? We were trying to get to 40,000 in this video?
Yeah, we were trying to get to 40.
Yeah.
Just exploring to 40.
The way this highway was constructed is really interesting to me because sometimes it'll cut through a mountain and like stay at the same level. Sometimes it will stair step up over the mountain.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry to interrupt you. This was an anvil. Like, look at all these anvils. Who the fuck has the iron to do this?
It's got to be a dupe.
It's got to be a dupe.
Yeah.
It's got to be a dupe or cheat, something, because this is insane.
It's a little hilarious. I think it's funny.
It is. I mean, look at that.
Look, I find humor in the absurd. So this to me is ridiculous in a really funny way.
Yeah.
And the sign there just says anvil.
Anvil. Yeah.
So I'm over there leaving a sign. Another video idea that I wanted to try was testing out some of the duplicating techniques that are posted here and there and everywhere about these servers, this server in particular, and see if they actually work. For the most part, they don't.
Yeah.
Anvil.
Mm-hmm. Just anvil.
I like it. Honestly, I think it's art. This is art.
It is something.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a fucking mess. That's what it is.
It's anvil. What is it?
Yeah.
It's anvil. The name of this art piece is Anvil.
Anvil. There's a whole wall over there.
Yeah. There was also I don't know if you saw. Oh yeah, the pistons, which they may have been using for the dupe. But a lot of those duping methods get patched. So even if something works at one time, it doesn't necessarily mean it works at all times.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just checking it out, admiring the artwork.
I think this is when, you see that wall of anvils over there. We talked about trying the dupe.
Right.
So you took some pistons.
Right. Yeah, we were going to try out a technique that we saw, and it had apparently been patched.
Yeah, it didn't work.
But yeah, maybe we could do like a Mythbusters style video on these duping techniques and see what currently works and what doesn't. Duping and other hacks and cheats has not really been a priority for us. It's not something that we typically do. It's just not our method of playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
But it is used by a lot of other players, and it's interesting to see because sometimes players will post videos of their hacks and their tricks, and that's fun. That's really cool.
Yeah, there is definitely people duping, and because other players are doing kit drops.
Right.
And in order to have that many shulker boxes with all of that amazing stuff, they have to be duping.
Yeah.
As you could see on the top of that mountain was the word fun and ablaze.
Yeah. and we are having fun. So it's appropriate. We were in fact having fun, and it was great balls of fire.
Yes.
So as much fun as this is, at some point we will move along because we want to make it to 40,000 by the end of this video. And
fun.
So off we go. We do like seeing other people post content from 2B2E. I wish there were more. A lot of it is very different from what we do. There's a lot of griefing videos, a lot of kit drops, and those are cool. I'm glad to see it. I love to see more. We have different a different style of play and different priorities. So yeah, it's nice to see a variety of different content. And yeah, I'd like to see more. If anybody is interested in creating more, jump on.
Public Enemy, your mom.
Your mom.
Your mom.
In Anarchy, your mom is always disrespected.
Yes. Yeah, we will always disrespect your mom. Trap doors cause glitching in the server.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why, but they're a pain in the butt. So when we see trap doors, we usually try to avoid them or break them. If we had been recording some of our explorations before now, we would have shown you exactly what we mean, because we got sort of trapped by trap doors and had to get around that.
Yeah.
So we mostly avoid them now. See, this is why we've got to record this stuff, because, we can actually show you what we're talking about rather than just telling you. Baked potato. We wanted to go 10,000 blocks in this video, and we are just now approaching halfway to that at 35,000. Yeah, that doesn't look super inviting.
Going 10,000 blocks usually does not take a long time, but when you stop as often as we do, then it can take a while.
Our goal is to explore the 10,000 blocks, not just to travel it.
Right. I wanted to say that was a sign from 2021.
Very nice, yeah. So there's some historical signs here. 2021 is ancient history on a server like this. That was, forever ago. That was in the before times.
This was another one of those walls.
Yeah, the pyramid wall.
Yeah.
A few random ruins here and there. Yeah, this was more of a build at one point, but it's mostly gone. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that we're looking for, is little nooks.
Yeah. You would be surprised what you find down there.
I'm still hoping to find Jimmy Hoffa, but I haven't yet.
I don't remember if we went up there. I don't think we did. Because there was a lot of mob activity around here.
Yeah, this one we did not summit. We checked out the area. And we didn't go down those steps, which I thought was interesting.
Mm-mm.
Do you remember why we chose to bypass those?
I don't remember. That is unusual why we wouldn't do that.
For the most part, we do explore those areas, and we just skipped that one.
Mm-hmm.
We don't record our audio as we're playing, so we're going back and rewatching this and recording the voiceover. So at the time, I'm sure we had a reason, but I don't remember what that reason was. And that's the 35,000 block marker.
Yes, it is. Yep. Anytime we come across markers that have any kind of significant activity, such as this one, we explore a little bit, place a sign. I don't remember if you placed a sign here or not.
My intention was to place a sign every 10,000 blocks.
Okay, so you may not have.
I may not have, but there were milestones every 5,000 blocks, so sometimes I would go ahead and place one there, and sometimes I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Kind of dependent on if there was a lot of other activity there or a bunch of other signs.
Yeah.
This is more just, traveling in a straight line. This is maybe not the most exciting part of the video, but this gives us a chance to discuss with you thoughts, ideas, plans, schemes.
Yes. What should we do? What should our next feat be?
The other type of video we have on this channel is movie reactions, and we want to do more of those. We'll still do those, but we are having a lot of fun doing this here. So we want to do more of this as well. So we'll probably do a sampling of both as we have the time to do each. I really like the idea of exploring this server as a means of chronicling the history of it.
Yeah.
Because by its nature, a lot of its history will be destroyed. And I don't really have any criticism of players that come along and grief bases and builds. If you build something large in a server like this, you've got to expect it to be found and blown up. It's just expected.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't think anybody can be too upset about it. But if most of this stuff is going to be eventually blown away, having it in a video so it can be preserved for history, I think is a nice idea.
It kind of enables it to live forever.
And you can go back and see the evolution of these places over time. And I like that. That's something I like to see in other videos, so that's something we may do in these.
Yeah, as you notice, there are ender chests everywhere, and in Spawn, you can't look in any direction without seeing an ender chest.
Right.
So that is another thing that leads me to believe that people are duping, because Endermen are passive, fairly passive. Like,
Yeah.
they'll attack you if you look at them, but then they run off like cowards. So they're very difficult. In our experience so far, they have been difficult to get ender pearls from.
Right. It's difficult to kill them not because they're so tough, but because they run away.
Yeah.
They don't consistently come back, so you can kill them. One thing though that I think most players will agree is that it benefits everyone to just leave the ender chest there
Yeah.
rather than take them. Although, some of them get taken anyway, but having ender chests just randomly around like that helps everybody.
Yes.
So if you break them, then you're kind of screwing yourself too.
Right, yeah. And also you have to have a silk touch pickaxe, and enchanted tools can be a challenge to get also. Now, whenever we come across multiple ender chests, I will often take all of them but one. I do still leave one, so everybody has access to it, but I do collect them. That is something that is a valuable resource, and I always carry one on me.
We also place them periodically, so we're not really hoarding them, we're more like redistributing them. So there's still a benefit to anyone who comes across them.
Right.
But also a benefit to us in the moment when we need it.
Yep. And in an emergency, I can just drop one and access my stuff and then get another one. So that's losing one ender chest is an acceptable loss to me.
Yeah.
So.
And we do have a silk touch pickaxe. I
Yes.
don't know if we need to add that because, obviously we collected ender chests, so we had to have one. But since you mentioned it, yes, we have a silk touch pickaxe.
Yeah. Both of us do.
Yeah.
I was able to enchant some stuff at our second base.
That was just a random wooden structure inside this tunnel. That's another example of seeing a structure built by someone at some time, and you really don't know the purpose of it. You don't know exactly what they were thinking when they built it. You have to just kind of speculate. So why was there a random wooden structure in the middle of the tunnel? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, there are so many that it's like, why would somebody do this? Because they can.
Yeah.
Because they can.
Yeah.
That's why.
It's a little bit like archaeology. We're coming across ruins. We're coming across relics of, past eras and players that aren't even there anymore, and the remnants of whatever they built that they thought they needed in the moment. And here we are coming across them years later,
Yeah.
and just trying to figure out what exactly they were doing. We are approaching 37,000, so we are getting in the ballpark of our target of 40,000.
Yep.
Yeah, saw some wood down there. It could be a small build, or it could just be an abandoned mine shaft.
Yeah.
Well, abandoned mine shafts are also mostly looted. There's not really much left in them.
I think for the most part, whenever we come across stair steps and we end up not going down them, it's because we've decided to bypass stuff so we can get to our target destination.
Yeah, it's a difficult choice to make because we do want to make sure that to explore as much as we can, but we also have to keep an eye on time, and we don't have all day. Turkey Lake Service Plaza.
Yep.
Yeah. No, wait. No, I'm servicing the plaza.
You're...
Look at me servicing the plaza. That plaza got service. I serviced the Turkey Plaza.
You serviced it really good,
Yeah.
babe. I totally forgot that you did that.
Yeah, I find ways to amuse myself. Alright, so we're now past 37,000. We are... The oceans are pretty vast here. So a lot of this is just a single block wide path across a large ocean. When we have explored off the highway, we've used a lot of boats to traverse a lot of territory, because a lot of it is just like this. I will say, though, that sometimes there are bases hidden under the water.
Yes.
And the entrances to those bases can be really hard to spot. They're pretty subtle, but we have spotted a few. I don't think we got any of them on camera, but maybe we can go back and rediscover some and show you where they are.
Fat Ho just got some diamonds. Sorry. Yeah, some of the underwater bases we found at night.
Right.
Because you see, under the water, you see light, and it's unnatural. It shouldn't be there. So we're able to discover some places that way.
It's far more dangerous to travel at night, but it's easier to discover hidden things looking for light sources.
Yes.
And that's one of the benefits. That's why we continue traveling at night despite the risk. Little desert island there. Lots of random boats around everywhere.
Yeah. I guess they're easy enough to make.
Yeah, they're cheap. I believe you see that to the left. I'm pretty sure I was suspicious of that and wanted to check it out. There is a shipwreck over there. By the way, most shipwrecks have also already been looted, so most of them aren't really worth checking out.
That ended up being, we'll see.
Yeah.
I go over there.
Spoiler alert.
It's a wall.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a column of wall blocks.
Yeah.
And then over here is the shipwreck.
With the same thing. Column of wall blocks.
However, this is exactly the kind of thing you have to watch for if you want to find somebody's underwater base.
Yeah.
There was a chest down there. I assume we went down there and checked it.
Yep. I checked it out. There was 3 chests down there, actually. 2 here and then 1 somewhere else. But there was nothing.
That's typical. I mean, most things that can be looted have been looted. Mm-hmm. There I'm checking the other chest.
Yep.
We don't have respiration on our helmets. We don't really have any enchantments on this armor. Like we said, this armor is cheap, so we don't cry if we lose it.
Right, yeah. And we do have diamond armor that is enchanted and helmets with respiration, but we don't travel with that armor.
Yeah. Some TMT has diamond blocks again. He got the achievement of getting diamonds.
Yeah, those chests didn't have anything in them.
Which was expected. That's one of the reasons why it is probably safe to bypass a lot of this stuff. but we check out as much as we can.
Yep.
I do remember an underwater base that we found, and I don't remember if we got it recorded, but it was a really cool one. So it is worth checking if there's a suspicious light underwater. There's a sign to the right.
Yeah, the sign was just floating in the water.
English or Spanish?
And I noticed that you went under it to see if there was. No, we both did that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that we both did it, but we both went under the sign to see if there was anything under it, like that we couldn't see, like a piece of glass or something.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a sign on the water.
Just a sign floating on the water.
And it says English or Spanish. The sign is in English, so I think that's the answer. If that was a quiz, my answer is English.
Mine is yes.
Carrying on.
There was another pillar over there.
Yeah, I'm awfully suspicious of underwater base entrances now, since we've found a few. We've already passed 38,000, so this, I don't think we figured out what this was.
No. Yeah, I have no idea.
It looks like part of a sign that some of it was broken off, so I'm not sure exactly what it was supposed to mean. The numbers don't correspond with coordinates, so
No,
I don't think that's what it was.
It's just another, player-made object that we have no idea what it means.
We're getting close to our goal for this.
Mm-hmm.
We're not seeing nearly as much player activity this far out, but we're still seeing some. And that's to be expected. The farther you get away from spawn, the less player activity you'll see.
Yeah.
But there still have been plenty of players out here. We're still finding ruins and little hidey holes and pyramid walls. The occasional nether portal.
Yeah. I don't think we even had a lot of mob activity here.
Yeah. Since we made this video, I think they have done something to the settings on the hostile mobs, and they seem to be way more aggressive now. Like, the creepers were always bad. The creepers will one-shot kill you.
Yes.
But the skeletons are like rapid fire now.
Yes, and the zombies seem a little faster.
Yeah, the zombies are moving faster. So it's gotten even more dangerous to travel at night. Mainly watch out for the creepers, though. They can sneak up behind you. You won't even see them coming. You can have armor on, but they will still one-shot kill you.
Yes. There was, some time that we were at our base, and Brian had on the enchanted diamond armor and still died.
Yeah.
From a creeper.
And he came up from behind me. I never saw him. I just discovered that I was killed by a creeper. So yeah, they're very sneaky. They spawn sometimes when they shouldn't spawn in the vanilla game, and they're just hyper powerful and deadly.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine coming across an electrified one.
Oh yeah, that would be nuclear.
Yeah.
A charged creeper.
Charged
Yeah.
creeper, yeah.
There are plenty of thunderstorms, so I'll just just keep moving, just keep running. You can still outrun them. You just can't outrun them when they're right behind you and you don't know it. Rosie Olive was killed with a smoky pickaxe. I like to see the PvP kills too. It's okay to die on a server like this. It's just part of the experience. Don't get too worked up about it. So yeah, if you have a good, healthy Anarchy server that is appropriately challenging, you should have people dying in various ways.
Yeah. It's a pillar of dirt.
Random fence posts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think they might have had torches on them at one time, but somebody probably took them.
Yeah. We have seen, quite a few torches along the way, but if there's any valuable resource at all, if anybody needed it at any time, they will have just taken it. Rosie Olive is not having a good day. Did something horrible to Rosie
Again,
Olive.
the same person just keeps getting Rosie Olive.
They must be having like a PvP battle or something.
Yeah.
That would have been fun to see.
Pretty much as soon as they're spawning, as soon as they're respawning, they're getting slaughtered again.
See, that's a sight to see. So, like, somebody make a video of that.
Yeah, we want to see it.
Yeah. We are not quite at 40,000, but we found this little nook to check out, this little cobblestone shack. There was an ender chest in there. These are ruins, not much left of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to keep an eye out for ladders too. There are a lot of single block shafts down to mines and bases with ladders on them. So if you're exploring, you got to keep an eye out for small entrances to bases. They're easy to miss. Now that's just a ladder that goes nowhere, but
right. But you had found another ladder.
Ah, yeah, there we go.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. So this is a ruin, but there's a ladder going downstairs, and I did explore that, and I just came back up, so I'm guessing there wasn't anything there.
Yeah. Oh, there's another hole here.
That's right. Is this the one I used the water bucket for? Mm-hmm. I think, yeah, I used the water bucket to get down there. And, yep, I'm about to go for it.
Yeah.
I can't remember if you followed me down there.
I don't think I did.
You have the camera, so I probably should have asked you to come down there, but we don't know what's there. It could be, deadly.
Yeah.
We could both die, which is, that would just, well, it could ruin the video.
Yeah, if it had been something significant, I would have gone down there.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was.
we do try to keep. Usually, we try to keep some distance between each other, so we don't get ambushed. But in this video, we're not really doing that very much.
No, but I am on the lookout.
Yeah, so I've explored that as much as I feel like. At this point, we're really close to 40,000.
Yeah, and there's a creeper.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I just noped right out of there.
Yep.
Oh.
Look at you. Look at you taking them on. Look at that. Creeper killer.
Creeper killer.
Yeah, I better watch out. Alright. Last little bit.
Yep, we're almost to the mark.
Sun TMT is really trying to give away diamonds. Well, sometimes diamonds, sometimes diamonds.
Oh, see, I'm glitching. I can't remember if we explored this or not. This is water.
I think I might have checked it out while you were passing through.
Yeah.
Rather than both of us risk going up there. But I don't think there was anything significant.
There's the 40,000 mark right there.
That's significant.
Yeah. Here it is.
Yay, 40,000. Is the 40,000 marker actually on the 40,000?
I can't remember.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, you can see my gamer tag coming back down. So I was checking that out as you were going through the tunnel. It's an impressive build. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to see any structure of size that still exists. All right, there is the 40,000 mark exactly right there.
Yeah.
Nothing in the chest or ender chest. And this is a spot where I would always leave a marker.
Yes.
And I try to leave a marker at the exact point if I can. Well, because I want to show where the exact point is, rather than just, you know, the general area around it. Just observing a little bit, scoping it out. Yeah, there was another sign up there, so I decided to put mine with it.
Yep.
I'm seeing players in the chat get blown up by creepers.
There it is. June 3rd.
3rd.
40,000. Well, thank you so much for watching our video. Don't forget to subscribe, and you'll get updates for new videos.
And there are new videos coming. We have recorded videos since this, and we will get them edited and put up as quickly as we can, because like I said, we have already hit the 100 subscriber milestone, and we did a small special thing for it, and we don't want to make you wait forever for that. So we will get to it as quickly as possible, but for now we have reached our goal.